Was safe this episode. I mean, dang. Especially, well, we'll get into it. My name's Romie. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is my review for How to Get Away with Murder, Season 3, Episode 6. Is anybody really dead? Now, that title threw us off, but I think I figured out why they put that title. It actually begins with, in the present, and oh my gosh, Michaela. Apparently her mom's a klepto. Her mom's a klepto, and that's why she's kind of ashamed of her past or her parents, well, what have you. Because she, of course, finds out some stuff is going on. So she tries to call up Asher, and Asher isn't picking up his phone. So she's freaking out right now. She's freaking out. She needs to go and leave. Her mom's like, can I do anything? She's like, yeah, don't steal anything. That's what you can do. I'm like, whoa, what? And, 3 weeks prior, we go and see this exchange between Annalise, Wes, Laurel, and Bonnie. So Bonnie's back, and Annalise is like, okay, so you went to go and see Frank? Did you open up your legs for him too? I mean, is there any man in this house that you haven't opened your legs up to because you need to feel some attention, some affection? Did you finally get Frank, your little prized possession, your little toy? So Bonnie said, hold up. Don't think that I still wasn't doing my job while getting me some. Because Bonnie never denied it. She was like, here's this recording. It was the recording of Frank admitting that he went and basically got Wes to go, we'll put Wes in that situation of killing his father in front of him so that he could be protected, and put Wes in the middle of it so that Annalise wouldn't come after him. Annalise said, how is this supposed to help anything? Laurel's saying, wait a minute, Annalise, this is your fault. You went after Frank. You went after Frank, and if you didn't go after Frank, then maybe all of this wouldn't have happened. And Annalise said, excuse me, little girl, I did not try to kill Frank. What does calling out a hitman doing? Just because that may not have been your intent doesn't mean that that couldn't have possibly happened. And so it goes back to, she was like, I was trying to do everything I could to protect Wes. And I believe that. I believe Annalise this whole time has been doing whatever she could to protect her little prize jewel, Wes. And Bonnie's just like, now, everything that you've been doing, I've also been doing all I can to help you out. She's like, no, you just wanted you to get you some from Frank, and I'm disgusted because I was supposed to be the one that had your back, and you were supposed to have mine. Forget these men. How are you going to go and betray me? I haven't done wrong by you, and yet you going and playing, trying to play me for a fool. Wes is like, it's alright. I'll just go to the police and everything's good. It's just like, no, you're not doing anything. Everything I've been doing is to protect you, so don't go and mess this up. While Annalise is berating poor Bonnie, even though Bonnie did sleep with Frank, this is where we see Maggie calling. It's like, okay, Maggie's calling Wes, Maggie's calling Laurel, and it's like, what is going on? So it's like, hold up, something is wrong here. We need to stop and listen. So Laurel picks up the phone. She's talking to Maggie. The lawyers from New York, the police from New York are trying to figure out, okay, where's Wes? We need to speak with him. So, Annalise is coaching Laurel, lets her know, because Maggie was saying, I thought Wes was out and studying with you guys. Oh yeah, he was at the library. He went to the library. So, his phone's off. That's why you couldn't reach him. So Maggie's saying, what should I tell them? Well, just tell them the truth, that he's at the library studying with some friends. I was like, why didn't you tell me that Wes was in trouble? Or why didn't Wes tell me that he witnessed someone getting shot? I'm looking at her like, first off, who do you tell that? Oh yeah, it's like, by the way, baby, I love you. And I saw someone get shot while I was asking for directions. Really? Is that how this works now? So, once they coach Annalise, because Annalise hangs up the phone, it's like, Bonnie, give me the recording. Bonnie, give me the recording. Remember, the whole we're good people now. Wes was like, you know what, maybe I should just go to the police. You know, nothing's better than the truth. I'm thinking, how stupid are you? You better not go to the police with everything that I know that I know. He's just like, walkie, walkie, walkie. Annalise said, take one more step, and I swear I will tie you down in that basement just like we did Rebecca. Laurel's like, damn, too soon. Asher ain't this. Asher going and dancing to Con 9 Joe. Look, I kind of forgot Con 9 Joe had that crazy bass. I was like, why does this sound good right now? What's wrong with me? Because Asher's like, one leg on the bed, a leg on the bed. Jesus. And because, again, still making fun of the whole, okay, so what is your background, Michaela, with the whole country thing? She's like, I'm trying to study. You need to cut the mess right now. Here comes Connor and just escalating the situation. Wearing her robe, has this little nightly routine going. Asher's like, you know what? We're supposed to be an item, and yet you're still treating me like I'm a side piece. You are a side piece, so be quiet. He said, you know what? We're over. Forget this. Forget this. Since you're not trying to respect me, trying to see me as a person, forget this. Forget you. Connor's like, oh, you guys are broken up? Oh, my bad. Oh, Wes is talking to Maggie and lets Maggie know that, look, I didn't tell you because how do you tell someone that, oh yeah, by the way, I saw someone get shot? She's just like, yeah, but I can handle it. She's his girl. She's like, I know people. I can help you out. I'm like, Maggie is too good for Wes. She actually is too good for Wes. That's the truth to the matter of the situation. Annalise said, good job. Stay here. Don't pick up your phone. Don't do any... Well, actually, he can't initially because they put the phone in the library to make sure that it can be traced there, and then they brought it back to the house. Long story short, Bonnie's like, okay, so Bonnie's ready. She has her coat on. She's ready to go. And Elise says, why don't you go and stay in the house with Wes, you know, and handle nothing. I don't really need you to be my second anything. Why don't you go back and be with your little man Frank? How about that? And Elise gets given the riot act of, here's what you're going to do. First off, you're not going to go and badger witnesses. You're not going to go and tamper with evidence. You're not going to go and grandstand. You're not going to go and do everything that you used to do that made you Annalise. So I'm thinking, so you basically want her to be a crippled version of yourself. You've been waiting for this opportunity to occur so that you could actually control her. That's what this really is. Now, Bonnie's listening, and Bonnie hears that Annalise is officially back with a whole bunch of terms and conditions. This is a 2-strike system, 2 strikes. And Bonnie's like, well, you know, I could call someone for Wes. You know, I know a good lawyer. Annalise hands up the phone. I'm like, damn, Annalise. Bonnie doesn't deserve that. She really doesn't. Bonnie's a good girl. Wes is giving Bonnie the cold shoulder like, oh, so that lawyer's for me, or is it to clear your conscience with the whole Frank thing? I'm thinking, Wes, don't even start, because it's not like we really like you. Bonnie goes in there and says, hold up, do you have something to say to me? It's like, yeah, so you knew where Frank was and all, and you just let us be out in the cold? Bonnie said, excuse me, this is your fault. This is your fault. You know, the whole Rebecca thing. There's so many things in this house that go on that you don't know about, and you're trying to go and pop off at the gums, thinking that you're something that you're really not. Trust. We had to handle your situation time and time again. It comes back to you. Now the King 5 minus Wes, they're, you know, trying to figure out where they're going to go from here. Annalise is back, but Wes isn't. Simon, you know, Drake, Mr. Drake, he is on this whole thing of, oh, well, you know, Annalise is back, and we'll see how long this lasts this time. I'm thinking, Simon, shut up! We do not like you. We do not like you. So Annalise is back, and she's like, well, you know, for better or for worse, I know some of you may not be happy to see me, but we have a new client, so let's get back to business. So it's like, any problems? Good. Our client's name is Danny. And so it's like, here's the backstory on Danny. Danny went out to the bar with her, and once they were there, they're having a good time dancing. This guy came up from behind her and grabbed her, and she freaked out. So she cut him. And now she's being charged, and she feels like, wait a minute, this guy tried to grope me. I was trying to defend myself. It is what it is. So, of course, Laurel throws out her idea, and so does Asher. Laurel thinks maybe we can go on the whole thing of self-defense. Well, no, Asher's like, maybe we can go on the whole thing of self-defense because of his hate speech, because they're gay, because that's where not Asher, Connor's mind was at, you know, they're gay. Maybe if we can go do the hate crime thing, hate speech, hate rhetoric, they could see that, oh, she was just trying to defend herself. Nope, can't do that because she sliced his neck. Can't do Laurel's idea, and Michaela was thinking, why don't we get the girlfriend to, you know, vouch for her? The girlfriend is touring overseas in Germany, so we can't do that, and it's ex-girlfriend, so that wouldn't work anyway. Simon, can you save us? Simon's like, da-da-da. I didn't want to say this because I thought it was too obvious. Maybe PTSD. PTSD because we can say what happened to her in the field, because she had this convenient story of while she was out in the field, she was attacked from behind and her head was slammed against the ground, and her officer actually shot and killed the person who was attacking her. So with that guy coming behind her, it set her off. She's like, okay, finally, another brilliant idea. Your first chair. The King 5's looking at him like, what? How did he become first chair even though he's the one that actually plotted to get you? It is what it is. The principal comes, well, the president of the college comes, and lets Annalise know, you know, Annalise, I really respect you. I really do like you. I know you can't go and do what you've normally been doing, but I do have your back. You know, I'm interested in you, possibly sexually. I love to get really close to you. You know, we both have sobriety issues. We have so much in common. But, you know, Wes, where's Wes? Like, what? Yeah, there was some New York cops trying to figure out where Wes is. Wes was in my class, and I guess I'll go and check to see if he was in anyone else's class, correct? Yeah, it is what it is. Once she leaves, the King 5's like, okay, you need to tell us what's going on. And at least lets it be known that, you know, when Wes went to New York, and he went to go see his father, Mahoney, he got shot and killed. So now they're trying to go and see if Wes is the suspect. The King 5's pissed because they're like, again, withholding information. I'm thinking, this was actually none of your concern until now. You guys are on a need-to-know basis because you don't know how to deal with having the full scope of information. And they're upset with Laurel because Laurel knew before they did. It's like, where's the loyalty? I'm thinking, you guys multiple times tried to go to the cops. Laurel and Wes, as crazy and annoying as they are, were the only ones. Well, Wes, let's take Wes out. Laurel was actually the only one who really was the boss in this situation every time and made sure that she didn't just go run to mommy or to daddy. She actually tried to handle things herself. Bonnie is trying to get back into Annalise's good graces, but that's not working out so well. Because Annalise just feels like, you slept with Frank, it is what it is, you're not denying it, and after everything that I've done for you, I thought you would have my back. Of all people, that you would have my back. But I see that's not the case. You need to just go home because I can't look at you right now. Let me go and just eat my chips and be good. Leave Wes alone. Wes will stay here. Everything will be good. Laurel goes and she talks to Bonnie. It's just like, I can't talk to Bonnie, Wes right now. Well, that's fine. You know, Frank, what did Frank say? How long were you with Frank? She said, I wasn't with Frank that long. Frank's the scum of the earth. It is what it is. Of course you would think that because you wanted to go and run away with Frank and he ghosted you. Now, Laurel goes and leaves another message just like, if you do anything to Wes or get Wes possibly killed or worse, I'll never forgive you, Frank. I'm thinking, oh, poor little Laurel will never forgive Frank. Just like that. Laurel comes into the next day to the courthouse, and the King 5 minus Wes, they're ghosting her. They're ghosting her because they're saying, you know, your privileges were revoked. Why? Because you withheld information from us. From us. Like you guys are special. Shut up. mean girls. Minus Asher. Asher's just along for the ride. But the little mean girl clique, it's just so stupid. And even though I don't like Simon, at least Simon's strong. At least Simon is strong. And this whole Michaela being the new Annalise as far as that attitude, I don't like it. The district attorney, you know, the black district attorney that Nate's dating is back. And so Annalise takes over the case and it's like, okay, Simon, I'm going to go and handle this instead of you. Annalise starts off by she tries to go in for the juggler for the man, because the man says, oh, well, you know, I was at the bar and this guy pushed me and I fell onto Danny and all of this. I'm thinking either one, he was the aggressor and he's trying to play the victim, or two, he really is the victim, but you know, Danny's a woman and all of that. They're trying to go and pitch it as Danny was being taken advantage of. Either way, the opposing attorney was like, no, we cannot play this game. Annalise always does this type of mess. So they try to go and change, Annalise tries to go and change direction. Annalise says, okay, so did you not hear it when my client told you no multiple times? Did you not understand the concept of no? Did you go and decide, you know, these two women, I'm going to have my way with them? Did you purposely actually bump into my client? Did you do this? Did you do that? And then the judge is like, hold up. I'll have to hold you in contempt if you keep with this line of questioning. You need to stop it. Because remember, Annalise has those restrictions, so she can't go too far anymore. Annalise is sulking, licking her wounds while actually licking the potato chips in the bathroom, thinking, this woman's really eating these potato chips as if this is high school and she has no one to sit with in a lunchroom. Michaela comes in and it's like, Annalise? Annalise is like, hold on. She flushes the potato chips down the drain. And it's like, okay, talk. Michaela's like, alright, I don't care how you feel about me right now. I have information. I'm privy to some very valuable information. Here's the situation. Our person was lying. Danny was lying. She was actually on a desk job because her ex-girlfriend got back to me and said she was never touring. And the thing is, Danny's case is, she would actually have a desk job and she looked at all the incoming reports of how people died and things of that nature. So she slowly developed some form of PTSD herself just from seeing all of that information. Now, Annalise now has to deal with the fact that her client lied to her, and so Annalise's whole case is built on a lie with the whole, because Danny's like, you know, I need help because this is all too much. Like, mentally, I'm just fried from everything that I've seen and heard just being on that desk job. So she has her own form of PTSD. Connor goes to the house because Connor knows Wes is the type to go to the police. Connor makes it very clear, you know, he's like, this is your fault. Everything that's been going on is your fault. It's your fault because of the fact that, you know, you loved you some Rebecca, so you reacted the way you reacted. You killed Sam. Let's be clear. You killed Sam because of Rebecca. So all this keeps leading back to you. What I'm going to tell you is, if you go to the police and say my name, period, I will kill you. Here's the thing. Everyone's getting on my nerves right now. I don't care that Wes is partially at the root of all of this. It's not all Wes's fault. People need to stop blaming Wes. If they really knew the full story, they would kill... Anyway, Nate sees Annalise, so he pulls up on Annalise and lets Annalise know. It's like, get in the car. She gets in the car and he tells her that, yeah, there's been some New York police snooping around into Wes. What are you doing with that? Annalise doesn't tell him that, you know, Wes is at the house. Like, okay, so you're not telling me, cool. So you're on it, so you know about this. So it's like, yeah, thank you. Anything else? He was like, yeah, you know, the prosecutor that you're going against in this case, well, we're dating. Annalise was shook. She's like, oh, okay. Thanks for the heads up. She gets out of that car. It's like, anyway, back at the school, Michaela and all of them are trying to focus to see, you know, what they can do to turn the case around. While that's going on, well, actually, Michaela is snooping into Oliver's life, and sets up a date for Oliver. The guy kind of looks like Frank-esque, if you will. So of course Oliver is interested. But Oliver, you know, is just like tiptoeing around the situation. Connor comes and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, so I have a date. I'm going to be going now. Bye. I'm like, Oliver, you broke up with him and now you're... Anyway, that whole thing's stupid. Oh, while that's going on, Connor, you know, listen, Laurel's like, where were you? Connor said, no, it was. Talk with, what's his name? With Wes. You talked to Wes? It's like, yeah, what did you talk to him about? Don't worry about it. If I what? Simon comes and Simon's like, alright, so Annalise isn't picking up my phone calls. I'm thinking, you better be thankful Annalise is treating you like a human being after the stunt you pulled. I know it's not supposed to talk about it, but it is what it is. And you see, the thing is, Michaela is definitely a mean girl in this, and even though I don't like Simon, I agree with him. It's like, you all are a bunch of mean girls. They are. You know, they're scorned, and this is the result of it. Wes is trying to talk to Annalise because Annalise came home, and Annalise is just like, don't worry about it, I got it covered. It's like, what is it with you and Frank and me and all of this? Like, what's really going on? Why can't I go to the police? Frank did this, we can go and try and do the whole thing of, Frank was trying to blackmail, Frank started this. It was like, we cannot trust Frank. We cannot go to the police. Shut up. It was like, this has to do with you more than you know. Mahoney, yeah, your father, as you know, he actually tried to get me killed. He staged a car accident and I lost my baby and Frank was a part of it as well. So that's why I don't trust Frank. That's why I don't like Frank. That's why even if I wanted to kill Frank, it's justified. Don't try me right now. Wes is like, oh, okay. I thought Wes was going to go and console Annalise, but poor Annalise. She's still with all this BS by herself. Connor's over it because Oliver is, it's like, I'm on a date, and you know, what's the problem? I can't date. I'm thinking, you can do whatever you want, but the thing is, you broke up with Connor, then you still want to be friends, and then you're still being a little judgy. It's like, oh, you know, you've been doing this, and you've been doing that. I'm looking at him like, excuse me? Excuse me, you broke up with him, so let's not play that. Connor was right, you know, at least Connor was honest with everything. And Elise realizes she needs Bonnie back. So it's like, Bonnie, come back tomorrow, let's go. Get your clothes ready, we're ready to roll. Because Michaela was thinking, ha ha ha, I sabotaged your case, I'll be first chair again. That's not happening, Michaela, because they're actually running with Simon's original thought process. Bonnie's going to go and do her usual run interference. She's going to get the documents, you know, the desk documents. They're going to go install by having Danny tell her story about how she was in service and all the things that happened to her. And they're looking like, wait a minute, why are they going down this route? I thought they were going down the other route. It was to stall so that Bonnie could come back with evidence just in time. The prosecutor's trying to say, don't you see, this is her usual antics. I'm thinking, you better be quiet, because Annalise is about to get you again. Annalise is going to admit her client was lying. Her client was lying about the fact that she was off touring and, you know, out in the fields. She had a desk job. So there's no way that happened. She made this story up. So here's how this is going to roll. Do you really want to go down the path of making a ex-veteran look bad or all of that? Or are we going to go down the role of throwing out this case, letting her get mental health treatment? You know, she'll be kicked out, but it's still better than being placed in jail, because she doesn't need jail, she needs treatment. I'm like, Annalise, you good. She's not going to be happy about that, but you good. Wes goes and breaks up with Maggie because, you know, Maggie's like, I'll call my lawyer, friend, we got this, I got you, I'll hold you down, babe. Wes is like, I don't want you, why don't you, go away. Damn, go away. You too good to me. You too good for me. I am too broken. I am too messed up. I'm thinking, damn. Wes does deserve some happiness, and Maggie's a good woman. That's not right. Maggie is a good woman. She does not deserve this. So it's better that Wes kicks her out now. Annalise tells Danny that you said you wanted some help, right? So yeah, you may be kicked out because of what I did, but you're not going to go to jail. So that's all that matters. You need to take this for what it is, and you want to be a better person. Now you have the opportunity to be a better person. Oliver, he's kissing, well, he's making out with this the dude that he met on Grindr, because Asher was also saying, no, I found someone on Tinder, a nice hot blonde, we're gonna have a good time, it is what it is, Michaela. He was like, yeah, right, okay, we'll see about that. I don't know, was it just me, or was this kissing scene really drawn out between Oliver and this guy? I'm like, the hell? How can I actually count the milliseconds on how this is going on a little too long? It's like, I'm not like, oh my gosh, no, I'm not like that, but it's like, they don't even have street scenes going on this long. Like, what's really going on here? Shonda's just trying to, you know, change the game, I guess, as far as TV, so it is what it is. Look, I guess I respect it more than that whole, like, hardcore, like, holy crap, what the hell was I watching type of thing when you guess with some of these other scenes. There was a lot of sex scenes, and I wasn't excited for any of them. I didn't like any of them. So this wasn't because it was gay. It was because it was one after the other after the other. And Oliver thought that this guy just wanted to sleep with him right off the bat. The guy let it be known, no, I actually like you, so it's not going to go down like that. Because Oliver looked like he wanted to tell the guy that he's HIV positive. He didn't have to do that yet. But we'll see how that happens. You know, Michaela and Connor on the couch eating ice cream, you know, licking their wounds. Asher comes to the scene, and because Connor still loves him some, Oliver, Asher comes to the scene and needs to talk to Michaela. Asher's like, look, I like you. I really like you. I'm glad he didn't say love, because that would have just, you know, just thrown me all the way off. He's like, I really, really, really like you, and I want to help you. I want to help you. I need to help you because of the fact that, you know, you're trying to not let me in, and that's not fair. That's not fair to me, because I'm not a bad person. I didn't hurt you, because Michaela was saying how the other men in her life hurt her and just wanted stuff from her. He was like, no, I just want to help you. I don't want you to go and coddle me or anything like that. So then she goes to him, finally brings that wall down. Like, she comes home to see that Bonnie's lawyer friend, he's been waiting outside because Wes didn't let him in. Why? Because Wes isn't there. Wes took the recording and left. I'm thinking, if Wes took his butt to the police, I got a baseball bat. Look, I will transfer that baseball bat into the TV. All of you can go and hit him. All of you. But no, Wes actually went to Laurel's house and was like, you're my witness, right? Witness for what? Here's the recording, right? Oh, no, Wes? So he smashes it and says, you know, I just need to go down to the police and just tell them that I was there and I was just getting directions. I was just getting directions from the dude, and then he got shot. So that no one, well, including Frank, Laurel's saying, I don't care about everyone, I actually care about you. See, here's the thing about Wes. Wes is damaged and slightly unhinged, and that's Laurel's type to a T. So even though he doesn't have, I guess, the Frank mystique as a lot of women are looking for, used to, or feeling like that's why it's not realistic. I'm looking at it from a male perspective, and I'm thinking, okay, Wes is damaged, and he's also unhinged. That's just general characteristics. So, of course, for Laurel, and he's someone that she needs to protect. She's all for that. I'm like, what the? This girl's really messed up. Her father did a number on her. So then they go and they kiss, and then they do more than kiss. They're like, oh no, this will complicate everything. Oh, who cares? So then they go and have sex, and this reconfirms the fact that Wes is in the running for being Laurel's baby mama. I'm thinking, so they use absolutely no protection. We have this weird sex scene with Michaela and Asher, because Asher keeps saying, you say you like me. Say you like me. I'm like, oh my God, shut up. Ugh. Because that was a big thing for Michaela to admit. Ugh. And then putting his tongue in her mouth, I was like, ugh. Ugh. It was just like, all of it looked weird for them to be having sex with each other. This is gross. So, Annalise was like, look, where's Wes? where's Wes? Connor is like, I don't know. I don't know, but you need to turn on the TV because Wes went to the police. You know, Mahoney's son went to the police. So they call Laurel, and Laurel finally picks up her phone. Laurel is just like, Wes, where are you? Wes is naked in the living room watching the TV, and it's like, what the heck happened here? And so Mahoney's other son is being charged with shooting his father. How? Frank. Well, Lisa's like, oh, this is Frank. He set this whole thing up. And they're all shook because they're like, oh, wait a minute. Are we actually safe? And Elise made good on her promise. She covered it up. Praise God. Bonnie's like, see, I told you Frank wants to come back to us. I told you. So, again, just to reiterate, Laurel's 2 weeks pregnant. 2 weeks pregnant, which means that the baby is most likely Wes's, unless Frank came back into the scene in the next episode and had sex with her as well. Lord Jesus, if that happens, I'm done. If that happens, I am done. Michaela runs to the college, and she finally finds Asher dancing, and he's drunk. And Michaela's like, you idiot. All of our friends are in trouble. I cannot find Connor. You know, Oliver's at the hospital with Laurel. Laurel's inside the hospital. Annalise's house burned down. Wes is also missing. There's just a whole lot going on. And here you are doing all this stuff. And I was worried about you, you big lug. So we'll see what happens. Because next week is going to be a doozy. Apparently another secret's going to be revealed. They all get to tell Annalise about herself. Frank may come back. It's just too much. It's too much. But it's so good. Please like, comment, subscribe.